Abeokuta, the city under the rocks, too many. It is a hustling modern capital, but to the keen eye, it is a living museum. Every rusted zinc sheet and every weathered stone tells a story of a century or more of resilience. From the hallowed chambers of the Ake Palace to the colonial grandeur of the Centenary Hall and the healing walls of the Sacred Heart Hospital, the first of its kind in Nigeria, Abeokuta holds the DNA of Yoruba civilization. These structures aren't just buildings, they are witnesses to history.
Well, I don't know the technique used in those days. For my own family house, they completed the building in 1900, and my grandfather actually wrote it that he completed the building in 1900. It was built with clay, and it's still standing. That's the gospel truth. The wood, everything is still there. And I don't know, I think we were the one that tried to bring out the sand and the ceiling, and I'm sure it's to prevent the effect of heat on the house. They are all gone now, so I don't even know where we can start finding out how they did this thing and the technique used.
But lately, one particular structure has captured the digital imagination. You have seen it trending on your timelines. It is the architectural masterpiece that served as the backdrop for Tunde Kelani's legendary film Shaworoide.
Alákìísà ń jó lóru, kó pẹ́ ilẹ̀ á mọ́ lọ́la. Alákìísà ń jó lóru.
Bàbá, mo gbọ́ orin tí ẹ̀ ń kọ. Ṣùgbọ́n báyẹ̀ èèyàn mọ̀ wípé àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n ti ń bá kábíyèsí ránṣọ ibi tó ya náà ní jẹ́ kọrí ó bẹ́ẹ̀.
O lè ní òun bọ̀ tún ilẹ̀kùn ilé rẹ̀ ṣe. O sì ń yọ̀, o sì fura. Àṣà ń bẹ̀yẹ̀lé ṣeré, ẹ̀yẹ̀lé ń yọ̀, ẹ̀yẹ̀lé ń ṣeré.
Ṣẹ́rí ọ̀rọ̀ yín kò yé èèyàn nígbà mi.
In the movie, we saw a story of power, the sanctity of leadership, and the dire consequences of breaking traditional oaths. It preached a lesson we still grapple with today, that a leader who ignores the brass bells of the people's will is destined for a fall.
Aṣọ funfun ní sunkún àrò.
Ìlànà ní sunkún èkejì tuntun.
For years, this house sat like a silent ghost of the past, looking somewhat abandoned, its glory tucked away in the folds of time. But the internet has a way of breathing new life into old stones. Since images of this house went viral, the narrative has shifted.
I'm happy that youth like you, right, are now realizing the importance of some of these old cottages, because we are very concerned about the state of most of them. And I'm happy to tell you that a few days back, right, General Olusegun Obasanjo was discussing with me about some of these old structures. I'll give you an example. I'm sure you know the meaning of gallows. You've never heard of it. Very good. And there's something like Gallo in the prison, the main prison yard. All right, where it's like a prison where they keep hardened criminals, something like that. All right, but nobody is aware of the state at which that Gallo is, and so many other structures. All right, so we are now making effort to see what we can do to reactivate or renovate some of these structures to make sure they are in place for the future generation.
Philas suggested that the sleeping giants have awoken. The owning family, realizing the immense cultural and digital weight of their heritage, is reportedly taking fresh interest in its upkeep. They aren't the only ones. Word on the street is that the government is also beginning to look toward these century-old structures.
We grew up knowing this building as a monument. I was married into the Aderupoko compound and have lived here for several years. Throughout that time, I have come to know this family as a remarkable one, deeply bonded by love. This structure has stood for a long time, carrying with it generations of memories and history.
There is a growing conversation about turning landmarks like the Shawarudi House into national monuments.
I think such historical monuments should be well preserved so that we can be telling our children, but they should be fortified. Like Sentinel Hall that was built in 1830. It should be fortified so that it will continue to be strong, so that it will never collapse.
Why does this matter? Because the history of the Egbas is too rich to be buried in dust. From the bravery of the Lishabi warriors to the pioneers of education and medicine, these buildings are the physical anchors of identity. If they let them crumble, they may lose the map of who they are. Many of these structures are over 100 years old. Preserving these monuments isn't just about the past. It is a gift to the generations unborn. It is about ensuring that 100 years from now, an Egba child can stand before these stones and feel the heartbeat of their ancestors. For Saturday Special, we are keeping an eye on our history, because a people who know where they are coming from will never lose their way.
Kò yé wọn, yóò yé wọn lọ́la.